I was one of the original Pussycat dolls, but it only lasted like 2 weeks because apparently I'm too pretty.
Bonk.
Welcome to Jackie Watches Stuff. This is a podcast chronicling my cinematic quest to finally watch the movies I probably should have already seen, and I'm bringing my friends along with me. Hello. You don't see us yet because I have to do magic. They can hear you, I think. I hope they can hear you, and I hope they can hear me. I hope. I had to do a bunch of magic stuff with you here because
yeah, the behind the scenes is crazy, huh?
look at the crate. Look at this guy. He's right here. We found him.
Hello.
Rewards is too loud. Typical.
Can you hear me too loud?
I'll pull him down. I'll pull you down. Don't worry.
Do you want me to whisper?
Oh yeah. No, do not. Whisper like Edward. Just speak like Edward Cullen the whole time. That's what I'm gonna need from you.
Okay, but I can't spoil all the things I'm gonna say. So.
That's so funny.
This is so
oh,
bright.
hello! Look how big. Look, it's just me. It's just me, y'all. Hello.
Oh, good.
I'm the whole stream. This is how streamers do it, y'all. Could I have done this in advance?
There's dark
Probably.
mode. Does Google Docs not have dark mode? I think this is a thing I've.
Oh, does it not? All right, here we are.
So
We're
it's
doing it
very
live.
bright.
Look at us. Look at us podcasting. Hi, friends.
Hello, we're podcasting.
We did.
I've never podcasted before, even though I've been streaming for like 3 years now.
It's the same. It's just talking.
What if I turn on this?
I mean,
brightness?
podcasters do talk to themselves sometimes.
Oh, that looks so much more natural. Why was my brightness up so high? Hello.
I'm muted. He did his hair real nice and everything. Am I muted? I don't think I'm muted.
I did
OBS
my hair
says I'm not.
2 seconds.
I'm not. Okay. I was like, what?
Oh.
Well, welcome in, friends. First of all, Cass, hello, Raiders. I need to say hi to the Raiders. Cass, thank you for coming in. I saw Cass was doing, did you see that Cass was doing Cult of the Lamb?
Yeah, he married me.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. That's so fun.
Against my will, but still.
I'm so jealous. It's just talking. I married a Cass, congratulations. You put you in a maid. Oh,
and then I died of old age, like,
and then you
within the next few minutes.
And then he found another bride. Is that what happened? Can I get back to 2008? We sure are. Clamps, we sure are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're talking Twilight. So for those who don't know, well, first of all, Raiders, hi, I'm Jackie, variety streamer, occasional podcaster. I used to have a podcast called Jackie Watches Stuff. And then I stopped doing it a long time ago, like 4 years ago. And now I stream. But we brought it back. And Rewards is like, I'm going to be your first guest. And I said, sound good. And we're talking about Twilight. So I'm really excited to be here.
Pop out the chat.
Yeah, you got to say hi to everybody. Thank you all
I'm
for
just
being
trying to
here.
pop it out so I don't have to have the whole stream open, because then I'm going to look at my own face the whole time.
Oh, like in a Skype call? The revival of watching stuff? Yes, we had for my birthday back in May, we had a challenge. I turned 34, and for every 34 subs, I would do one live episode. So we have 2 to do. So this is the first one, and then I need movie suggestions.
You don't look a day over 33.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Doing another guess. I need movie suggestions and someone who's willing to talk about it, but they have to be like Twilight's on the borderline. It's got to be movies that like I really should have seen, not like this is one of my favorites. Like you got to watch it. Clams had a movie.
For what it's worth, this is not one of my favorites, but I do think you should have watched it. So
I agree that I should have seen
the bill.
It was a cultural phenomena, and I do not understand why. I truly do not understand why.
Well, we'll talk about it.
I know. I was going to say, I used to start I did watch Goonies for the podcast Banj. There is an episode of me talking about Goonies. We started every episode with me attempting a 30-second recap of the film. And so I would be honored if you would be the timer for me when I try this recap.
Me?
Yeah. Will you time me?
Okay. Yes.
30
Do you want
seconds.
like actual timing?
I mean, you can estimate it. I have to summarize this whole
No,
movie
I
in
have
30
a.
seconds.
I
Is
got
how
a
small is
timer
it?
ready.
I believe that. All right,
Just
count
say
me
go.
in. Okay,
Okay,
ready?
3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Okay, so this girl named Bella, she moves to a new school and everyone's kind of obsessed with her. And then there's this clan of like foster kids and they're all really pale and they start dating each other kind of. But then Bella makes Edward like really sick and Edward's kind of weird. But then something magic-y is kind of happening and he saved her from dying a couple times. And then they go to the woods and she says vampire and they're in love. And she's like super fine with all of this. And then there's a baseball game and there's no dance break. And the Cullens are like, you can't eat Bella to the other guys. And then they make this big plan, but it kind of doesn't really work. And then Edward has to save the day and also suck poison out of Bella, but like not eat her. And then he does. And then they go to prom. And then she's like, please make me a vampire. And then she's like, no. And then they're like, okay. And then that's over. No dance break. I think I went over 30 seconds.
35 seconds. Good enough.
Ugh, I'm out of practice. But that's the whole movie.
Listen,
That's what
there's
you
a
missed.
lot to recap in this. There's a lot
It's just
going
a
on.
lot of like, I'm very confused stuff. And there's no dance break. Exactly. There is no dance break.
There's no dance break.
So I'm looking. So behind the scenes, Rewards and I are using a shared document where we have our notes. Rewards' first thought is like a short essay.
It's mostly quotes. I will tell you now. It can all be summarized by the first sentence that I wrote down.
Talk to
But-
me.
So you asked me to watch this, and you sent me this lovely document for me to keep track of my notes, without which I would have been completely lost.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sat there watching this movie, and on my phone I kept writing down, "This is so dramatic,"
It is so dramatic.
because that's what it is. It's in every line, every acting choice.
Yep.
And what I also wrote down is it's funny because this movie spawned this whole discourse of Kristen Stewart being a bad actress because she's unable to emote because she has this like stoic face all the time.
That is a good point. I didn't really notice that until you said it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I also think this movie kind of disproves it because
She was
it's
fine.
so much drama actually.
She
also
doesn't
in her
have a
face.
lot.
But she doesn't.
I guess she doesn't
She's
have a lot of
kind
to
of been
work
accused,
with.
not really accused, but like as a joke, kind of accused of having like a Botox face because
Mm.
there's just not a lot of movement
Mm-hmm,
there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all drama all the time. Like it starts with an opening narration where she's like talking about dying for a loved one and stuff, and you're just going in there thinking this is going to be some teeny rom-com movie,
Mm-hmm,
and that's
mm-hmm.
not what it is at all.
No, she's
I
trying
mean,
to
it
sacrifice
kind
herself for
of
her
is.
mom. So dramatic. I didn't even mention that part in my recap. No, I
Oh,
don't
yeah, true.
disagree. I do think, because Clam said this too, that she didn't have a lot to work with. And so you can't fault her
Yeah.
that her whole thing is just her being like, basically she had to be freaked out / confused, accepting of vampires, and in love with a sparkly boy. Those were kind of the three
Yeah.
emotions she had to have.
So- I have read all the books, I will say.
Okay, I've read
Read
none
them
of
all in like 2 days. What I do think is that a lot of the tension rests on not knowing what's going on, and by now everyone knows about the vampires.
point.
That's the whole thing that Twilight is about. So you're kind of missing out on that. I assume you were also familiar with the fact that they sparkle, for example, like that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And it's very much teenage angst, which is hard to do in a movie without just constant narration, like
Yeah.
dialogue or monologuing. Because a lot of the book, I think, from what I read over a decade ago, is a lot of her thoughts about things, which is always hard to make into a
Yeah.
movie. But
I think
But
the
yeah,
easy
the-
version of that is always when you have the voiceover of the actress indicating their thoughts, like to kind of cheat that system, but they didn't do that, which is fine.
well, they did it in the opening narration, and then
Oh, true.
way later on they did it
Mhm.
once
They
again.
pulled it back around. Yeah.
Both of them incredibly dramatic, by the way.
Yeah.
Like fully ready to die for people she is only known for like 3 months.
Aligning, they do that. Like, I'm like, I didn't know how I would die. You know, it's going to be peaceful. And putting it just over a baby deer jumping around in the woods was like, what am I getting into? Like, that was a
Yeah.
moment. I
Yeah,
think
they
if I was
evoke
going in
Bambi.
cold, I would have a different feeling about it. But I think you are right that I am tainted by all the context that I have around
Yeah,
this
I
film.
think that this became such a phenomenon. Like even if you hadn't seen it, you knew about things.
Hmm.
They became so memed as well. Like I have something in the quick fire fact
Ooh,
bit about that as well. So we'll get to that. But
I'm excited.
I think it's kind of impossible to go into this completely fresh, I guess,
Hmm.
in 2025.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder how because what we were probably all this like was for 12 and 13-year-old girls basically. I wonder how a 2025 13-year-old girl would feel about this film and these movies. Like if it would hit or
There's a
not.
spin-off of Jackie Watches stuff.
Jackie asks a 13-year-old to watch
Get
stuff.
someone's cousin or something.
Quick, someone summon a 13-year-old girl, please. Um, when you say it's dramatic, did you mean drama like, oh my God, I hate this dramatic, or like true, like genuine cinematic dramatic? Piece of art dramatic.
Mostly in their interactions and the way they approach literally any situation. Like you said in your recap, the way they like show up is like what I wrote down is the most dramatic movie star entrance possible, where they come in as couples and then Edward comes in a little later
Oh
because he's
yeah.
obviously the hunk,
Oh my
and
God.
then as soon as they like are within reach of each other, Edward covers his mouth and nose because he is so sick just from being near this
I
person. I'm
still,
like,
is
wow,
there
okay.
context within the book that fills that in for you? Because like I did
Yep,
not understand.
he
I'm like, why
does.
is this man ill?
So the thing is, she is irresistible to him. That's the thing. That's why he
Gross.
can't, even though every time, this is
She's
also
supposed to
something I
be.
said, every time he gets near her, he's like, oh, we got to stay away from each other. You got to stay away from me, etc., etc. He cannot stay away from her. That's the whole thing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
she smells really good to him
Interesting.
as a human being. Like her blood is irresistible. And she's also mysterious because he's the only person
Mm-hmm.
whose thoughts he can't read. He
Mm.
has these superpowers
Dun
where he can
dun
read thoughts,
dun.
and
Yes.
she's the only one he can't read. And you know, men, they want what they can't have,
Of
etc., etc.
course, because men. That was actually one of my thought
Yeah,
things as like this whole relationship, and I was so confused because it kept. I felt like I was getting whiplash of what I was
yeah,
supposed to understand about this relationship, and I was so annoyed. Like we're introduced to this relationship with him like being sick and skipping school, and it's like okay, like maybe she's like the garlic to his vampire or like the kryptonite to his Superman, like what's going on here? But then he's kind of
hmm
like a dick to her, and I don't know if it's like trying to just be like, if I'm an
yeah,
asshole to you, I'll feel better and whatever. And she's like question mark. But then she's just, of course, because we're 13-year-olds or whatever, I'm immediately in love with you because you're mysterious and handsome.
yeah.
But then he keeps doing the whole I can't be friends with you, we can't talk, and then she's like, but we should be. And it's like there's you guys have nothing. Like
Yeah.
there's
We
no
have to be together. In the meantime, we haven't seen any of their
we
relationship
know nothing about each
outside of a
other.
few moments where they're obsessed with each other and you don't know why.
It makes no sense. And so I'm like, okay, so Bella is like insistent. She's like, I don't understand why you won't be friends with me. I don't understand why we can't be together. And I'm like, why do you want this guy so bad? Like he's just
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never just like
Yeah.
looked at someone and been like, I need to be with you without knowing anything about them. Like, I guess I
So
can't
from
relate
her
to this.
perspective, it really is just, wow, he's handsome, and he keeps telling me to get away from him. I gotta have him.
Gotta have him, I
You don't
guess.
get much more than that,
That's it.
which
And
is a little
then
confusing.
he's
And
like,
then he
I don't
tells her
know.
he's a vampire, and she's like, I don't care.
Yeah. Which is
I
so
still want
weird to
you. And
me.
it's like,
I
you have no
truly
self-preservation.
do not understand why she's so cool with vampires. Not cool with, but there's no moment
Mm,
of like, whoa, wait, what? Hold on. You're a
yeah.
vampire?
The
Vampires
the
are real?
shock
Like, there was
the
none of
shock that
that.
you'd expect is very muted.
Yes. And she's like,
There's
yeah,
a
cool.
tiny moment when she's like doing her research on her computer, which is
Yes.
also always a great moment in any movie because it immediately dates it
The Googling
to
was
when it was.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That was
that
so
was
fun.
amazing. And also, like, she was looking up basic things, and I'm like, everyone in any universe that has ever had any kind of folklore about vampires would know that these things are like a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even need to Google this. Like,
Yeah.
the hints are pretty clear.
It's so crazy. But again, she's so like chill about it. She's like, yeah, I know. It's like but like
Yeah.
you're not gonna take 2 seconds to like acknowledge how crazy it is that vampires even exist. Like you're not gonna
Tell me what I am. A
have that
vampire. Oh,
vampire
okay.
shrug. It should have just been like a vampire, not like a vampire. 'Cause like that's how she felt about it. It was so
Yeah.
weird. I just did not understand. The whole scene in the woods was so weird to me. The drama was insane.
He also,
She's
at
like
some point,
super
says,
fine.
I've killed people before.
Yeah.
And
And she's
her
like, shrug.
words verbatim are,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So weird. So
Why
weird.
do you trust him so
Yeah.
much? And then
Yep.
she says she's unconditionally, irrevocably in love with him.
Crazy.
They've
On
known
what
each other at the
basis?
end of the movie for 4 months.
Right? There are people on
It
dating
really is a high
shows that have
school
known each other
romance when
longer.
you think about it.
It's honestly, everyone in chat's like, it's because he's hot. And like, yeah, I guess. Like, it's just so
Yeah, that is the
frustrating.
point, I think.
It's just so frustrating. The
He's,
whole thing
he's
really
hot
bothered me.
enough that all the other red flags kind
Yeah.
of vanish.
Yep. And he like kept pushing her away and he's like, you gotta leave me alone. You gotta leave me alone. And she's like, how about not? And he's like, okay, I guess. And so it was like, just this, there's no tension
Like
there
he's
for
holding
me.
on to her with one hand and then pushing her away with the other.
Yes.
So he can't actually get
And
away,
she's like,
but it
okay.
looks like he's pushing her away.
And
He
neither
keeps
of them
saying,
care.
go, go, go.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he's like holding her in place.
It's crazy.
It's very strange.
Their whole relationship bothered me, and it made me, I guess because I wasn't 12 when I watched this film or read these books, but as a 34-year-old watching this, I'm like, what? And like I've seen romances of young people in shows that had a clear plot and good tension, and this was like neither of those things for me.
Yeah, like I was not purely the demographic when I read this. I must have been like a 14-year-old boy myself.
The total opposite, polar opposite.
But I can't remember how I reacted, but I don't think it was very romantic. I don't think it's very romantic now, but I have to say, half my life ago, I thought the same.
Half my life.
I can't imagine. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. And I'm
It's
a sucker
crazy.
for romance. I'm a happy romantic, like through and through. And this is just not it.
No, I'm with you. I'm not against like a teenage romance story. It's just like, can we make it believable? And even if we've got vampires, can we make it believable? That would be great.
Yeah, the vampires should be the mystical thing, not the romance itself.
Yes, I agree. One of the other things I definitely want to talk about was the cosplaying as that. Yeah, he was going to wear body glitter.
I wish.
I was trying to find actually like some way to make the whole like my whole stream like shimmer, but it was not working. So I do want to talk about Bella showing up in this town because I have gripes.
Yes.
So she shows up in this new school. She's 17. Normally the trope is you're eating lunch in the bathroom, right? Like new girl, weird girl. They kind of rag on her because she's from Arizona and pale. And instead, everyone knows her name and face. Day one. Weird. Like, did we pass around a poster before she showed up? Like, this is Bella. She's going to be showing up tomorrow. So that was weird. And then everybody like loves her. Like she has this group of friends immediately. They all like hang out in the parking lot. And I'm like, wait, what? Why are we all so obsessed with her? You're all supposed to hate her. She's the weird new kid. Like, I don't understand. And also, when this drove me nuts. She goes to this diner. Everybody loves her. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, Bella, it's so good to see you. Da, da, da. But then later, we hear that the last time she was in town, she was 4 years old. And now she's 17. Yeah. So everybody's sitting there like waiting, like, oh my God, when is Bella going to come back? And then it's like, I remember your favorite dessert from when you were 4. Like, are you guys okay? Like, town, do you have anything else going on? Like, are you good? I just didn't even understand it. Tell me your thoughts.
Because at some point they do say she comes there every summer for a week or 2.
Oh, I missed that.
So she does show up.
Okay. I'm not as mad.
She is new to all the
school,
all the people there, except like her dad's friend who comes over with the truck and stuff. He seems to still be kind of in touch with her.
Yeah,
But yeah, then at the diner, it's like, oh, that's your favorite from when you were 4. It's like, but if you've been here every year,
that's
this
true.
wouldn't be that big of a deal.
That's
But
a
I
good
guess
point.
the thing is also like Charlie, her father, is a big figure in town,
Yes, and
is a
that
known figure
I
to
will excuse it
everyone.
for.
And
Yes,
he probably was excited that his daughter, for the first time since she was 4, was going to spend more than 2 weeks there.
that is true.
So everyone was anticipating her arrival.
Hmm.
And I guess that the high school thing must be like, well, it's a small town, small school, so they all immediately know each other. But yeah, it
Maybe.
is definitely the opposite of what you'd expect coming into a new school. As someone who isn't very like
And super like kind of
charming or
antisocial.
extroverted,
Yeah. It also drove me
like she
freaking
keeps to
nuts.
herself mostly, and then
Yeah.
people gather around her,
And they're like, let's hang out. Let's go to
including
the beach.
Edward, I
Like, to do all
guess.
these things. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
But
like
it
it's
drove me
very nice of
nuts.
them, but it's unexpected.
She was on the phone with her mom and she made a comment. She was like, how's school going? And she made a comment like, "Oh, they're all very welcoming," or something like that, to kind of imply,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm the new kid. Nobody likes me. And I'm like, bitch, you've got a whole crew hanging out with you playing hacky sack in the parking lot. Don't sit there and tell me that
Yeah.
school's hard. Like, you're fine. So that really drove
Yeah,
me
I think
insane.
it's more like, oh, they are all actually welcoming. And I'm a
Hmm.
little edgy teenager in 2008,
I'm
so
too
that
cool.
annoys
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Mom, I'm just too pop. Exactly,
Ugh.
clams. I'm too popular.
Mom immediately caught on, like, it's about a boy, isn't it? And he was
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
Dad
was
got
like,
there
yeah, okay,
eventually.
that's a mom right there. She
Yep.
knows, even if she's half a
Yeah.
country away.
Yep. Dad got it immediately, or did not get it though. He took him a while, which, you know. It also was so interesting
Yeah.
to me that Dad was kind of okay with Edward, like her dating Edward, because it seemed like he wasn't keen on that crew, but whatever.
Yeah, he seemed to have a respect for his quote unquote dad, like
Yeah.
as the town doctor, basically.
Mhm.
Um,
But you love a town where there's like one cop,
I
one
think the point is
doctor.
mostly like, oh, no one really knows much about them. But then he
Mhm.
is like respectful and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's
oh, I'm never gonna let anything happen to her. And then
mhm.
everything
Mhm.
happens to her.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Yep,
felt
yep.
so bad for poor Charlie when
Oh no.
he had to get away from everything because to make sure he was safe, they had to get away from him.
It's
And
crazy.
she
That
hurt
whole
his
thing was
feelings
insane.
so bad.
That
And as a
hurt.
child of divorced parents, I was like, ooh,
That was
yeah,
so
that's
mean.
so painful because she essentially says like she never wanted to be there anyway, and
Yeah,
she
like,
wanted to be with her mom, and
yep, it was really
ugh.
mean. Does that end up getting resolved? Like, does their relationship get resolved?
Well, mm,
I just need to know.
I
I do
think
feel bad for him.
he's just happy she comes back.
Mm,
Um, I don't think it's necessarily resolved in the movie. Now that I think about it,
okay.
I don't think there's really a conversation about this. I don't know if the book does it. Probably more so. Oh, I'm just glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're back.
Mm.
Um, but oh my god, I felt so bad for him.
I know, it was so mean. It was
And
so
he
cutting.
is the best character in the movie or
I know.
in the book.
Yeah,
He's the
chat
only
likes him
reasonable
too.
person. So
I know.
yeah,
It's
it's a well known thing on the internet that he's like the only reasonable, only realistic person.
right. It's like, oh, maybe just it would have been fun. I think it'd be cool to read a book from his point of view, like read this book, but have him be the
Mm,
narrator. That'd be so funny.
that would be
Like,
fun. Just
so
a slice
tries
of
a little
life of a
puppy.
small town
Yeah.
sheriff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he really
It's
is like the only police person in town
it's weird. I
or
like
in like the
I
region.
appreciate it. Yeah, the small townness is cute, but it's like there are no other cops in the area. But
Yeah.
what are you
Well,
gonna do?
I mean, he eventually like talks about a different cop from a town over or something. But
Oh, okay.
I think
Mm-hmm.
the small town thing is definitely like to show you, hey, look, like this is what they chose on purpose, the
Mm.
vampires,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they want to be away from too many people, and they want
Yeah, fair.
also they choose like they were in Alaska and then they were in Forks because they don't want to be in places where the sun always shines. So they go
Mm-hmm.
to places like Washington and Alaska where there's no sun.
Yep. Which is so funny. Well, she's from
But yeah,
Arizona. She loves the sun.
the small townness I think also serves to make it feel a little claustrophobic, a
Mm.
little
In
um,
a in a good way or
very
intentionally
much the
or
opposite of what Yeah, I think from like an author's perspective, to make her
Mm,
feel extra far away from everything she knows.
yeah,
'Cause
that's
she
fair.
came in from like sunny Arizona,
Hmm.
with a bubbly mom and a baseball playing partner, stepfather
Yeah,
at that point.
that was an interesting
Um,
add-in that I don't know if it was necessary in the
and
movie,
she loves the
but
sun apparently, which they also say, but she's the palest person I've ever
I
seen,
know. I'm like, they keep saying
other
this,
than
but they
Edward,
made
I
her
guess.
pale. Yeah, I'm like, I'm confused. Truly, I thought,
Yeah,
because again, I did not know really anything about the books or the films. Like, all I knew was Team Edward, Team Jacob, sparkly skin, vampires, werewolves. Like, that's all I
the,
knew. And
the
so
funny
I
thing is,
thought
all of that is book two.
that
That's
actually
all
was
the
kind of
second book
surprising
of
to me
movie.
because I was like waiting for a love triangle and it never came. And I was like, oh, I guess it's just
They
not happening in
foreshadow
this
it a
one.
little bit,
Slightly. I did not. I thought I was going to see a
very
lot more Taylor
slightly.
Lautner, but I did not.
Nope.
But
No,
I
he's
thought,
big time in the second book.
because they made a whole thing about like, you're from Arizona, why are you so pale? I'm like, wait, is she a vampire but she doesn't know? Like, I thought that was what we were going towards, but I was wrong.
Oh,
So
interesting.
because they were making
And
such
that
a
would
big deal
explain their
about it.
attraction and stuff.
Right, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe
Or
because
that
like
could.
she's like, that's why he's into her, but like things are weird and like he knows but she doesn't know. Like, I thought maybe that
Hmm.
was what was going on. But no, I was super wrong about that one. But
No, you just
there you
can't
go.
read her mind, and that
Yeah.
makes her
Well,
irresistible.
that was the other thing, is that because he couldn't read her mind, I'm like, oh, is that because she's
Yeah.
also a
Yeah,
vampire?
no, that
Like,
makes
it just
sense. I
kind
hadn't
of.
thought of that.
So that's the alt version of Twilight, is that she is a
I
vampire.
have spoilers for all the rest of the series if you want them, but
I don't mind. I'm not going to watch it. I was talking to a colleague
so
and she's like, "You're going to watch them, right?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. I probably will not." So,
spoiler alert for the last book slash
ooh,
last two movies. I think they split it into. I think it's
okay.
like the climax of the first half of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She does eventually get turned into a vampire, to save her life upon giving birth to their child, which is
Okay.
as dramatic as it sounds.
Okay.
Um, but she already is like, oh, I want to be turned into a vampire here at the end, and this is like 3 books on. She does get turned into a vampire, and her power as a vampire also has to do with her inability to have her mind read and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She is apparently somewhat immune to all vampire powers, including Alice's future sight and stuff. She doesn't show up in that, I think.
Interesting.
And then eventually she's able to expand that as kind of a shield around the people that she cares about. It's very strange. And I
Huh.
think in the movie they do a whole fake out with a giant battle and everyone fucking dies. Like
Okay.
the what's his name? The Edward's father. He straight up dies. And then it turns out it was all a vision of the future by Alice and it didn't actually happen.
Dun dun dun.
It's the worst version of it was
Drama.
all a dream.
That's so dumb.
It's terrible.
And this is why
It's
I don't
so
want to watch
funny.
them. Yeah, I think I just
I
missed the boat when I was
don't
12.
necessarily recommend you watch them all, but the second one is where a lot of stuff comes from that you might also know.
Yeah.
Not having watched them, but being aware of like the cultural
Maybe I will watch the second
phenomenon. There's a
one
few
for the
things
sake
that
of
are
that.
relevant in the second one, but
Yeah. I think I should watch the
again,
second one
not
for
a
the sake
good
of the
movie
triangle.
necessarily.
Yeah. I'm not expecting much. I mean, I've watched the first one now. But just for the sake of seeing the triangle and seeing Taylor Lautner without the weird wig,
Yeah,
like,
the second one is definitely where Jacob
where it
shines.
gets hot. Yes, I'm totally with you there. I think it's time to talk about the baseball scene.
Yes, it is
My thing is kind of
definitely.
like tangentially related to the baseball scene. First off, first
Mhm.
of all, I was waiting for a dance battle. I was definitely waiting. Like, when they
Fair.
showed up, it felt like I was in a musical. I'm like, they're going to start singing, they're going to start dancing, it's going to be a whole thing.
Well, they did
Very
play music.
interesting.
They got
Yes,
Muse for it, which
that's true.
is
That
pretty
is true.
cool.
Yeah, I was like, well, they like really stretched it out too, because I was like, oh, you guys paid your
Hmm.
copyright, so you're gonna
Yeah, they did
play
like the
it.
whole song.
Yeah, like they're like, let's get our money out of this song.
Hmm.
But I was confused by it. It was a little interesting to me. I was like, this is a weird setting. Um, the thing though that my takeaway that confused me, and maybe I just misunderstood, but those three vampires that showed up, they're like wanderers. They
Yeah.
like are not from the
Hmm.
area. Cool. You've got the blonde-haired tracker dude who's like suddenly like, wait, fresh meat? Question mark. And everyone's like, nah, man, you can't have her. Fine. And they fight.
Yeah.
Fine. And so they're like, we gotta like get her to safety, which I would agree. Like, I feel like driving a car away made no sense because Edward can go so fast, but whatever. So
Yeah.
they hide her.
Agreed.
Fine. Why is this guy who is like a traveling vampire so obsessed with finding her? And then later in the ballet studio, he's like taping her and he's like, I'm going to make Edward so mad. Like he's like doing this to like piss off Edward, but he doesn't
Yeah.
know Edward. Like, why is he so obsessed with making Edward annoyed when it's like, I think you just met
So-
this dude.
But I think much like everyone in that town and every vampire she meets, they're all immediately obsessed with her. Very
Cool.
much true. I think, as a rule, I don't know if this is in the movie so much, but I think one of the vampire siblings makes like an offhand comment about it. She supposedly smells very good to all vampires.
Weird.
For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't think that's ever really explored. But she's irresistible to Edward. But the rest all also think like, damn, she's like, she smells tasty.
Weird.
So that's the initial bit. And I think after that, it just becomes like, I don't know if Stephanie Meyer wrote it that way, but it reads very much like a toxic masculine thing of, first of all, I can't have her, so now I must have her.
Yep.
And then also like a competition thing with Edward. Like at that point, one of the other two vampires that he's with says like, oh, it's a game for him. It's like a sport for him. So he wants to
Oh.
be better than someone. So he doesn't just want to beat you. He wants to humiliate you if he's in a competition with you. So that's what he tries to do with Edward because he knows that he actually gives a shit about this human.
So weird.
So I think that's what that is. But I
It's
agree that
very weird.
with how little they explore that idea, it just falls a little flat, and it just feels like, okay, but why this particular guy taking? I don't know.
Yeah. It
Like
was
there's
here's
so
this
many
random
people in that
dude.
town that you could eat, and yeah, it would be
Right. Like as you're going
like
to the
awful for
ballet
the people,
studio,
but
you could have picked up like 18 humans. Like it was just such a
yeah, they drive
weird.
like all the way south too.
Okay.
Like she
So-
drives all the way south to get to her mom, I think.
Something like that. Like they
Which
kept
is-
saying south and I'm like, where south?
Yeah.
Like but yeah, they're
And
in
then
Washington
she's supposed
State,
to
right?
meet at like, yeah. So I think they drove all the way to Arizona because we're talking about her old ballet studio,
Right.
where she was going to meet her mom, which
Yeah.
is faked somehow.
Right. Question mark. Because he somehow gets a video of her.
Yeah, he
That
has
whole
like
thing
an
confused me.
old childhood video of them from her school records. It's
And it's like, how did you know?
I
What
think
did
this is
what
one of those
school
things we
did you
shouldn't
know to
think about
call?
too hard.
Yeah. Like there were so many
Yeah,
holes
I
here.
mean,
I was so
maybe
confused.
they can Google. Maybe the vampire is much better at Googling than
Maybe.
Bella is.
Was Google that strong in
2008.
2008? I don't even.
I
It was
don't
too
know.
much. But I was annoyed by this whole thing because the Cullens were like, "We gotta kill him. Like, we don't normally kill people, but like, we gotta kill him, like to save Bella."
Mhm.
Great, I love that. That's awesome that Bella is like being accepted and not thrown to the wolves. Awesome. But why is the plan to get her far away when they know that he's just gonna follow her? Why wouldn't they just set her as the bait and then kill him? I recognize it kind of puts her in danger, but like
So
1 against 7 or whatever.
they try to like distract him, right, and set a different trail
They try
so that
to.
he follows
Yeah.
them. Yeah, and that
But, like,
fails. But that's
that
the
didn't
plan
work.
is to like lead him somewhere else and then kill him there and just get her out of the way as far as
Yeah.
possible.
It just didn't feel like it made sense to me. I was like rubbing Bella's
Yeah,
jacket on a
it's
tree.
not
I
a
don't feel like
great
it's the win,
plan.
but
Yeah.
whatever.
It's
So I
like,
was annoyed by
well,
that.
this was near this piece of food for a while, so we're gonna rub that on a tree, and then we're gonna send the piece of food somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then have like someone with incredible sense of smell figure out which way is which.
Yeah.
They're
They'll figure
gonna
it out.
go after the food.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great plan, but
Despite
they had to
being
come
in
up
a
with it on the
big
fly.
metal box. Yeah. I just think it would have been smarter to be like, let's just put
Yeah,
Bella
they just
out as a
stuck
trap.
around her with
Yeah.
like
Like
their
all of you stay
strongest
around her.
AMPs. They might. But I think the thing was like, oh, he might like go for her father, so they got to get her out of there. But I don't see how they
Yeah.
stop him from doing that this way. It's
And that's the thing. I'm like, the Charlie's in danger anyway. So it just didn't, the whole thing. I was like, I'm
but
confused.
reminder, Edward doesn't care.
Very true.
It
Very
doesn't
true.
matter.
Very
They
true.
might kill my father. I don't care.
That's
Wow.
right.
Okay. Well, you're the one I want to be with forever.
Yeah, this seems good. This seems really good. So
This seems like a good relationship.
I don't know. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on the baseball scene. I feel like this is the scene that everybody loves so much, which is confusing to me, but it was fine.
Yeah, I had this in the little rapid fire facts as well. It became kind of memed, I think.
Oh, really?
It became iconic. The music is cool. For 2008 audiences, perhaps the display of superpowers, so to say, is cool.
Mm.
I think it's the first, other than Edward Runs Real Fast, the first time they really show you like, oh shit, these vampires, if they wanted to, could murder that entire town in like 10 seconds.
Mm.
They're this fast and this strong.
That's fair.
And it also shows them acting as like kind of a family,
Yeah.
which becomes a larger theme as it goes on as well. They're very protective of each other, etc. So this really sets them up as a family.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But overall, yeah, it just, I think it just kind of became a little memed. I think I saw someone also say like, oh, is this where the bad CGI was? I don't know if it was really bad for that budget and that time, but it's certainly silly looking at it now.
Nothing
looks very
super
silly.
stood out to me as bad when I watched it.
No,
in
not necessarily
2025.
bad, but it's a little silly.
Yeah.
And it's just like these non-athletic looking, like fit, but not athletic looking teens slash
Yeah.
early adults. Let's be real.
Adults, yeah.
Kind of jumping around.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yes, the spider monkey scene. That was, I think, the bad
Spider Monkey
CGI.
is another one that I have written down as a meme thing as well, because that's,
Yeah. It was
it does
it was not good.
happen. And I saw it a lot on the internet in the years after that movie came out.
I
People
just,
still
like,
reference that kind of scene.
it's crazy. Yeah, that one was not great. The baseball scene.
There's another
in
one,
terms
but
of
that's
effects was
sadly
okay.
from the second movie.
Womp. I'll have to watch it. The thing that
Yeah,
drove
I
me the
guess,
most
yeah.
nuts about the baseball scene was that the way Alice pitched. The fact that she kicked her legs straight out was driving me crazy.
I did not necessarily pay attention
She winds
to
up
that.
and then kicks her leg. Like, this actress is very clearly a dancer because she
Like
winds
full
up,
on split.
kicks her leg
or-
straight out, pointed toe as she pitches, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is uncomfortable. Like, I don't like.
Like, damn girl,
Because she's a
you've been
pretty
doing
ballerina.
Pilates.
Yeah, she was
You've
giving
been doing your
ballerina.
Pilates for sure.
Yeah, I was like, this is a ballet dancer, somebody with a pointed toe. I don't know if it was intentional. Like,
She did kind of become everyone's favorite, also because she was just like very nice.
yeah, she seems cute.
And she's welcoming
was
to Bella
intentional,
as opposed to Rosalie is like, well, fuck you, actually.
Oh my god, I know. I kind of loved that though. that
Which kind of valid.
right? I was just about to say, I'm like, I feel like Rosalie was the only one with the accurate response to like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, with like a
Please hold.
normal
Like,
way to respond
hey,
to.
that's a whole human, and we are not humans. Like, why are you doing this? And everyone's like, but we love.
Yeah, this is a
Edward.
bad idea, and we're gonna get a lot of shit for this, and gonna have
Yes.
to move again.
I was very team.
That's basically
Rosalie.
what she's saying. Like, this is gonna go wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And you know
Yep.
what? 4 books later, she's not wrong. Shit keeps following them there. Like,
That's funny.
they do constantly have to. Pretty much everything that keeps happening is because she's there.
In a shocking
And-
twist, like that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, she was very.
Uh.
Her reaction, I was like, yes, thank you. Like, this is weird. This shouldn't be normal. Like,
The
Edward.
vampires do all have like tragic backstories, essentially.
Of course.
Ari says Rosalie has the best story. I don't really remember what hers was, but I know that they all, because we see a little bit of Edward's, how Carlisle, that's his name, how he saved him,
Mhm.
like in a hospital, in a field hospital somewhere.
Oh, okay.
He basically only saves them when they're like down on their luck, already dying, etc. And
Okay.
only sometimes. He doesn't
Interesting.
just randomly go out and make new vampires, uh,
Because yeah,
which
that's
would
not their
become
thing.
really messy.
Like they don't go out and like
No,
turn people.
and they also don't enjoy being vampires. They don't see it as like something good. They see it as a curse.
Mm,
Um, that's
which
why
I would
Edward
think
is
it was
always
too.
at Bella, like, girl, you don't want this life.
Yeah, that was
Because they're
wild at
constantly
prom.
having to resist not
Yeah.
eating humans or
Yep.
giving in and then seeing themselves as monsters, which is
Hmm.
what every other vampire in the universe pretty much does.
Yep.
There's like a
Absolutely.
few others who kind of live like them, I think, that you might meet in like book 3 or 4. But other than that, every vampire they meet is just like, yeah, I mean, I eat um, people. That's what we do. Why are you being
Yeah.
so weird about this?
Hmm. It was interesting that at the end of the movie when they're at prom, speaking of the like being a vampire, when she was like, "No, I want this right now," and he's like, "I don't know, man," and she's like, "You know what? Never
You're
mind."
a
Like
healthy human being.
it
What
was
are you doing?
so
Why
like
do you want this?
she was like, "I do really want this," and he's like, "I don't think you do," and she's like, "Yeah, you're right." It was just so like, okay, movie's
It's
over, I
it's
guess.
it's literally like I want this so I can be with you forever. She even says, I'm already dying. It's like, no, girl, you're healthy and
Yeah,
alive.
you're
You just
cool.
have a crush on a guy who you met
Yeah,
3 to 4 months
I
ago.
think that's the most 17-year-old
And
like response
yeah,
of
it's
all
very
time.
high school in 2008
Yeah, I'm already dying. Every minute I
romance.
get older, like, okay, sure. Literally, you're correct, but like, shut up. Like, and he calls her out. He's like, you already said you hate this life. Like, why would you basically want to like freeze this moment in time? Like, why would you want to keep living this life forever? And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, you know what?
For
You're right.
him. It's all about him.
Oh, it's so
Everything else,
crazy.
and this is a theme for both of them throughout the books and movies. Everything else is secondary when it comes to either of them or
Crazy.
the other.
No, thank you. Absolutely
They
not.
get so incredibly obsessive.
Mm-hmm.
The second book is wild because I don't know, you'll just have to watch the movie
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
I will have to read the summary or have you do it for me because
I can
I
do that too.
don't think I will. Tell me your
Well, the
last
thing is,
thought.
Edward is gone for a long time. That's
Oh
basically it. He's
no.
gone for a long while,
My
and
heart will
that's
go
when Jacob kind
on.
of comes in, and that's where the she has visions of him and stuff,
Oh,
and then
okay.
that's where the triangle really starts.
Okay, fine. I don't think I'll watch it, Ari. But Rewards can
No,
summarize
that's
it.
fair.
I'll watch Rewards talking about it. How about
Yeah, I'll just do rewards watches stuff in a
that?
while, and I'll just do all of the Twilight movies in a row,
Yes. There you go. There you go.
including all the ways that it was actually different in the books, and then
That would be,
well,
I would be
actually in the
curious about
books,
that. Yeah. Actually, that's what you call
there's
the
quite a few
podcast.
changes that they
Actually.
made.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Forgot he existed.
it's just
So
how
sad.
adaptations work. So,
Yeah. Tell me your final thought on this film.
um, it makes no sense that they are in high school.
Word.
It makes no sense. I have tried, even while writing this down, even while thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
I was debating it with myself. I came up with counter arguments, but they made no sense.
Love that.
At some point, they say when the weather's nice, their parents take them hiking, and the school lets them.
Like, out of, like,
What?
they leave school and they just go hiking with their parents. I totally missed that part.
Whenever the weather is nice, their parents take them hiking. That's when they don't show up at school. Like when the weather is nice for a couple days, Edward isn't in school, and she's like, oh, "Where is he?"
Oh, right, right, right.
And it's like when the weather is not, someone says this, like when the weather's nice, their parents take them hiking, and I went like, "What?"
That makes no sense.
Every time, like I get they don't need to be in class because they've done it all 100 times before,
Sure.
but they just exactly, Walter. That was my like they hand wave it away by saying they move every so often, but they all look way older than they should be in high school anyway.
That is
Although
a good point. I think
that could
that's
just be
just,
like a movie thing where like
that's
older people
casting.
playing high
Yeah.
school people, but still, but even then at most they'd be like seniors because Edward says he's 17. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
long have you been 17? For a while, but he says 17.
Yeah.
Why go to school? They've gone
I
through
agree.
schooling multiple times. If they start over just as young adults, fresh out of school, they could stay in places way longer. They could change
Right.
some hairstyles, makeup, whatever. You can convincingly
Mm-hmm.
age up a person for
Mm-hmm.
over a decade if you start young enough, or like I don't know, and then you can stay at that age and in that spot for a lot longer. school literally forces them to like count the years and
Right.
become older as they go. And I also imagine it's just super boring for them.
Oh my God, I know.
Like
Well, it's
Carlisle gets to rescue people, gets
yeah,
to like be doctor, which must also be really hard as a vampire, by the way, because they're always bleeding.
sure are.
But yeah, I wrote down the premise of the movie really requires some suspension of disbelief.
A lot of it.
Just,
I did get confused by like, wait a minute, if y'all go to school, can't you only stick around here for a year? Because like you can't just like
yeah,
keep repeating the your senior
I mean, you
year.
could
Like
do
they're
like a
gonna
few
catch
years, but
on.
like I say, yeah, they would. They're all roughly the same age as well. I think that is
Right.
what
They're
they're going
supposed to
for
be, but
because they're all in like the same classes, I think. But then,
maybe class. I mean, obviously all at the same school, so you
yeah,
can
maybe
say they're
not the
within
same
4 years
year,
of
but
each other, but yeah, it just doesn't make
yeah,
any
but everyone
sense.
in that town already knows them, so they have been there before, have been
Right.
there for a while already,
Yep.
and they're there for at least 3 more movies.
Right. And
So
then so it's like,
I
but
don't
aren't
know.
they
It's
seniors?
just
Like, isn't Edward
why
supposed to be
are
a
they in
senior?
school?
I
I
I
don't
would
get it.
agree. It would make, but see, unfortunately for the setting of the book or the movie, you can't not have them be in school because then it. Oh well, let me take that back.
Oh yeah, it has to.
They
It's a
could
high
just
school
not.
romance, and
But Bella could meet
like
him in town
otherwise,
or something. Like he's the mystery man that like doesn't go to school. Like he's homeschooled or something like that. Like they could have done it without them
yes.
being in the school.
But they had to make her young enough that it wasn't just, oh, she's not with her mom anymore. She's off at college.
Oh,
No, she's not. She is still in high school because then she had to be with her father in Washington in the middle of nowhere.
true.
So I guess in that way, it makes sense that she would be in high school still. Because otherwise, how do you get her to that place? But I'm sure there's a way around it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
mean, she
guess
could
it
have just
also
yeah.
forces them to like be in a to show them how the vampires act in an environment of normalcy,
Mm-hmm.
how
Like
they
in a
fit
real
in
world.
the town. Because otherwise, they'd
Interesting.
be super secluded. They'd be just off in the woods. But yeah,
Yeah, I guess, and then they would never meet. I guess it would only you could play it like they meet in a store in the small town kind of thing, and it's like, who's that
yeah.
mystery
I guess
guy?
they wanted them to interact as well, like see each other often and be in a place where they both had to be, so they could have
Yeah,
the whole like, I can't be around you, but also I really want you, and also I'm gonna cover my nose because you smell disgusting, but
yeah,
actually delicious. So I don't know.
so weird.
Oh yeah, the like paper thing and stuff. I imagine they can just fake themselves really well after living for 200 years. But
Yeah, it does feel like it's way more effort than it would be worth, though. Like all this stuff that we're talking about, it's like maybe just don't. Like maybe just live secretly in
yeah,
the woods
I guess they
and
get
don't worry
bored, but
about it. That's true, but
but that
I
is true.
mean,
That their mere existence raises a lot of questions,
sure, it's very
and them
confusing.
being where they are specifically.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
previously, they say previously they were in Alaska. They could probably be very secluded there and just like do
absolutely.
their own thing, and I don't know.
You could
But
move around
they
Alaska
keep
for 10
going to high
years.
school because he has all the graduation caps because they
Right.
keep going to high school, and I'm
Which
like,
was so
surely you're
pretty.
also just really bored.
Right.
Like you probably have to fake a couple wrong answers because you know everything.
I would hate if I like was 17 and had to be 17 for the rest of my life. I don't know how many years I would be like, yeah, going to school seems fun. Like I wouldn't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
I guess I would try to like apply to colleges at that point and be like, yeah, I'm really smart. Like I got a perfect score on my SAT and all my grades. Like cuz then at least you have a
Yeah.
different experience in college.
I guess you don't want to be like, well, I'm a really young prodigy because then people are gonna like look into your
That's
background and
true.
find out things. But
And I'm
the
sparkly.
main thing is for them to lay low, so they go to like small town stuff and
Yeah.
stay
I
out
think
of
they
out of
could live in
people's way.
Alaska
But
for 100 years. Go to Europe? Why are you
that's what
like,
I'm thinking.
why in like freaking Washington State? That's boring, but interesting. Very
A lot of
interesting.
clouds, a lot of trees, I guess.
Fair, fair. And then they get to play
That's the main
baseball
thing.
in the rain. I do appreciate it was a small detail, but I appreciate it that their baseball outfits were clearly from like 50 years ago. Like that the hats and the
Yeah, I mean,
jerseys they
why
were
would they
wearing,
change them?
they like never updated to the current times. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I see you. This has been a long standing tradition. Much appreciate. Very cute.
Yeah, no, you're
Um,
right.
it's so my overall feeling I guess my overall takeaway is that I don't understand why this was such a big deal after watching it, but maybe because I watched it as a 34-year-old in 2025. I just can't
Maybe.
understand why the
That
hype was
might have
so
helped.
crazy. I don't know what
Dude,
the
I just realized
hysteria
that this came out
was.
in 2008.
Hmm.
No, I think that still checks out as roughly like a 14-year-old or something reading these books. I was like, that
Math.
timing doesn't line up, but it does. Never mind. I
I
would have read it after this movie came out, after it became a phenomenon, not before.
My only thought is that it had the Harry Potter effect, that it was like magic-y and then it was like book series into movie. That was kind of my only thought.
Yeah. And
But
it
yeah,
was
Hunger Games, Harry Potter. Yep, yep.
also
Okay, Vent is with me.
definitely, it was very heavily gendered. It
Mm,
was only for girls. If you like this as a boy, you were made fun of, at least here.
hmm.
I would know. I
I
didn't
think
tell
that was
anyone I read
probably.
those books when I was in high
I feel like
school.
that was probably
Um,
accurate in the States. I can't say that I know that for a
yeah.
fact, but I would believe it.
And this ties into
Louder.
what I said earlier and what was my first of the fast facts is that it became kind of a meme
Hmm.
very early on. It was part of a very early wave of memes.
Weird.
Um, like internet culture, I think actually helped this series along quite a bit.
Hmm.
And that kind of grew into its own around then as well. Like the hold on tight spider monkey, the baseball scene, uh, the vampires being super sparkly became a thing for everyone to make fun of, but
Yep.
everyone knew that it happened.
Yep.
Everyone knew what it was from. Like I said, before you watched the movie, you knew the vampires were sparkly.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Yep.
everyone at some point came into contact with it because of that. So I
Hmm.
do think that that early internet culture before everything became AI and shit really helped it along,
Yeah.
and there weren't as many alternatives. I think this was also just one of the first things in this, I don't know if I want to even call it a genre, but there have been so many things that try to be YA after this.
Hmm.
Like this is pre Hunger Games.
Is it? I was thinking about that because Vent mentioned Hunger Games and I couldn't remember.
I think
I'm
this
gonna
is
Google.
this came out pre Hunger Games and pre Maze Runner and all those other YA things. I think this is more of a trendsetter than anything else. Um, and
Hunger
obviously
Games was
YA
also
became a lot more
2008.
varied,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Hunger Games came out in 2008, and I don't remember when the Twilight book came out, but obviously before 2008 because
before,
of the
yeah.
movie. So yeah, we were right in this time. It was a different time
Oh,
back then.
2005, damn.
Wow.
So yeah, I think that explains some of it. Um, Edward, and then in the second movie, Edward and Jacob, that whole team thing,
Mhm.
everyone knew what that was from too.
Mhm.
Like so many of these things became super wildly known even to people who hadn't seen the movies or read the books
Yeah.
because of that early internet culture. And I'm saying early, it's not early, but like when memes and things like that became really widespread.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that must have helped it along a ton because I was like making fun of the movies. I also went to see it in theater at some point
Yeah.
with some friends, and that was way before I'd even read or seen the movies.
Mhm.
And that was the case for all of the high school boys at the time, and
Yeah.
all of the high school girls were going crazy over Edward and then Jacob,
Yep.
and seeing the movie 5 times if they could
Which is
afford it.
so weird.
Like the only reason I read the books was because my sister owned them, who's 3 years older than me. So
Mhm.
she was like already almost out of the age
Right.
range at the time,
Yeah.
especially by the time of the later books.
Mhm.
Um, but you know, even I, so to say, ended up reading them and seeing the movies, and
I was one of the original Pussycat
Oh,
dolls,
sorry.
but it only lasted like
but
2
on the
weeks
merits
because
of the
apparently
movie,
I'm
I
too
think you're right
pretty.
that it did not deserve to become such a phenomenon,
Right.
or should not have become one.
I
You're
wonder if
definitely right about
too,
that.
because there was, I forgot when this happened, but the like when Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson started dating, and that was like a whole thing, like a whole thing.
It must have been around the first movie.
And so I'm wondering if that was part of it too, that
Mm.
it it happened. Also, yeah, don't say
And also,
20
like
years.
back in the day, I don't know to what extent that culture is still alive. teen magazines everywhere.
Oh yeah.
You walk into a supermarket, like they're still there. You walk into just like a random supermarket, and they were on the cover of all of them
That's a good
for
point.
years.
That's a very
Both
good
of them,
point. That is a
or
very, very
all
good
of them,
point.
I guess. So that, like, I think it kind of went into a genre that hadn't been saturated yet the way it is now,
Yeah.
and it had a lot of things go right for it
Mm-hmm.
that could have gone very wrong, or could have just not happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a perfect flash in the pan moment,
Yeah.
a kind of perfect storm for
I
that
do
time.
wonder if a movie like this, better produced, right? Like with some
Mm.
edits, would hit as hard now versus then with the same demographic.
Oh, I
Like I
mean,
still
if
don't
they're gonna
think.
make like a movie series of the what is it, A Court of Thorns and Roses or something,
Yeah, I need to learn about this.
you
That's a whole
can
separate
you
thing.
can best believe that all those people who grew up watching Twilight, they would
Are
be in the
watching this.
theaters. But
That's hilarious.
for the same audience, I don't know. I
Ari
imagine
says no. I don't know. I don't know if it would. It
a
doesn't
lot
feel,
culture has
maybe because
become
it's not as
so much
novel now.
more split, like so much more, and this is a very general comment, but like people have really found their niches and are able to stick with them a lot longer
Mm-hmm.
through the internet, etc.
Yeah.
Um, it's become much harder to make something that everyone will go and watch and
Mm-hmm.
everyone will go and see. Like
Yeah.
obviously it still happens, but um, something this all encompassing, even if
Mm-hmm.
it was only for a certain generation or a certain demographic,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just become much harder.
Yeah.
Because everyone can find their niche just by going on YouTube and watching their favorite creators,
Yep.
or on Twitch
Yep.
or on
Like,
Spotify or wherever you find podcasts.
speaking of, follow, rewards, and me.
Oh,
Smash that like and subscribe button.
hell
Speaking of
yeah.
your favorite creators, I do agree with you and
Drop a
with
five gifties.
Ari. Oh, thanks, Water. I do agree with Ari and with you that I don't know if this is
Mm,
going to work. I do think that this kind of stuff is not novel anymore either. Like vampire
no.
romance was not really a thing around that time. I don't think. I don't remember anything coming out that way. And so I think it was just so novel. It's kind of interesting
Hmm.
how it all changes.
And it
But
spawned so many copycats.
mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like
But
yes,
it all,
something new might pop up at some point that has like this kind of flash in the pan moment that then spawns a whole new genre of
yep.
things. But it won't necessarily be
Oh,
similar to
Buffy.
this.
I did forget about Buffy. That is a good point, Banj.
True.
But yeah, definitely different. It's, like it I feel like, did Buffy walk so Twilight could run? Quote quote.
Yeah, and also was the
But
vampire romance very niche or was it like very widespread? Because after
yeah.
this, it was very widespread.
Hmm. Yeah, that could
And
be it
then you
too.
got different monsters and like then you got
Hmm.
a zombies movie from Disney, which came out way later,
Yep.
but like that kind of thing.
Oh, Twilight killed vampire stuff for Banj or for Benji. Interesting.
I can believe
It's
that
really
too, yeah. That's fine.
Man, harsh. Well, we always ended Jackie Watches Stuff with some rapid fire fast packs about the film.
Yes.
Where Rewards and I both did, we Googled 2025 Google, not 2008 Google. And we found some cool facts about the film. So do you want to go first
Can
with your
I
cool facts?
can I say I didn't have to Google for any of them?
Oh, that's amazing. I Googled all of mine.
I didn't have to Google for
They
any of them.
all
I
lived in your
used Google to
brain.
to substantiate one of them. But,
That is amazing. Where
so
am I? Hi, Benji.
shall I go first? Is that what you
Yes,
said?
do it.
Okay, so the first one is something we've already talked about and alluded to, because there's a few scenes in this movie that were part of a wave of very early memes, like "Hold on tight, Spider Monkey," the baseball scene, vampires being sparkly.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, the biggest meme of all, of
Okay.
recent times anyway, is when Taylor Lautner goes, "Bella, where have you been, Loca?"
What?
And
I
that's
missed
from the
that.
second movie, sadly. That's not in
Oh,
the first movie.
I was like,
And
what?
that's, funnily enough, I've told people I'm doing this, and multiple people have responded with, "Oh, where have you been, Loca? Haha." And I'm like, nope, not the movie. Different movie.
That's so
Sad.
interesting. Interesting.
But that was a huge meme, or is a huge meme still, weirdly.
Didn't even know. I missed all these memes too.
Exactly. That's what Cass said for the raid as well. And I was like, nope.
Oh, I
Wrong
missed
movie.
that. I missed Cass saying that. That's so funny. Do we want to? We can alternate. Do you want me to give one and then?
Oh
You give
yes, I
one?
was going to ask. Do we want to alternate or do
We
we
can
want to
alternate. It's been a
ramble them
minute.
off?
I'm a little rusty. So I discovered that over 5,000 people auditioned to play Edward, which is fucking weird to me. But I don't know what the
Yeah.
average number of actors is. I feel like 5,000 is too many. But
Generic
here we are.
handsome white man is probably a large category of people who want to be
That
actors.
is true. That is true. That is fair. I hear that Wouter auditioned. Maybe
Yeah.
Rewards auditioned. It's fine. to play
Voucher was the appropriate age at the time. So.
Stephanie Meyer was very set on Henry Cavill to do this role.
That's crazy.
Who is currently Superman?
Superman.
I guess I had to look him up. I'm like, what is he
not
doing?
currently anymore.
Not currently. But
No,
he
he was
did.
also Geralt in The Witcher.
Oh, see, I didn't watch The Witcher. One's in
is a
chat if you
giant
audition to play
nerd.
Edward. But yeah, it was crazy, and she really wanted him, but they decided that he was too old for the role, even though he was only 24 years old at the time. Which I feel like I don't know how old Robert Pattinson was when he shot this film, but it felt like
I think like 21, but I'm not sure.
24 didn't feel like too old. I guess I would have to look at him. But Robert did not like this idea at all and was like, when I watched a interview with him, and I don't know if you've seen this, but he
Yeah.
literally said like, yeah, I read the script and it read like a book that shouldn't have been published. And I was like, that feels like a good project you should jump into. Not your agent.
They have a long history of not wanting to talk about this movie on press tours later
That's
or
so
shitting
funny.
on it.
Well, yeah, there was the whole like Anna Kendrick didn't know she forgot she was in this film, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Which fair enough, but
I mean, she is Anna
that's
Kendrick.
how I knew her before she started Pitch Perfect. So.
I screamed when I saw her because I did not know that she was going to be in this film. So I was like, Robert Cullen? Who's Robert Cullen?
Oh. So
It's fine.
another fact is the credits have songs by Linkin Park and Paramore, which I
do
know.
remember the
I
Paramore
forgot
one.
about.
Yes.
They
I
had
did
a
know
song by
Paramore.
Linkin Park followed by a song by Paramore, which to me just reaffirms how damn 2008 this movie
It was very, when I heard it, I was like, wow. I literally said out loud to Andrew, I was like, whoa, Paramore. And he's like, this is
It was-
Paramore. I'm
it
like,
was
it
perfect
sounds
for
like
this whole movie.
Paramore. It was very, well, and they had Muse, like you said, they had Muse in the baseball scene. It was
Yeah.
very 2008. Very 2008. That's what we should go out on, actually, is the Muse song. I'll cue it up.
It was Supermassive Black Hole, I think.
What did you say?
It was Supermassive Black Hole, I think.
Yeah. I will cue it up. That's what we'll go out on. But yeah, that was pretty surprising. There's a whole thing. I feel like you probably know this. I think everybody knows this because this was the number one fact I found on every website is that Robert Pattinson nearly tore his glute trying to pick up Kristen Stewart, which I think
I
is
did not know that.
really, oh my gosh. Apparently
Wow.
when he was picking her up, he like tore or nearly tore his glute, and there was like insurance issues with the show, and he like talked about it in an
Yikes.
interview too. And I'm like, man, if I was Kristen Stewart, I'd be like, don't tell people that. Like, please don't tell people that you trying to pick me up, you hurt yourself. Like, that feels bad.
Yeah.
Like, don't
mean,
tell me that.
Picking up anyone of just like a regular person of your age can end up hurting you, but
Right. I'm like,
does-
but that was a silly fact that he hurt his butt picking up Kristen Stewart.
that's very funny actually.
Torn.
One fact I thought you might know that a lot of people probably know is that this franchise is what spawned the fan fiction that eventually turned into 50 Shades of Grey.
I did know that one.
I thought you might have.
I have
but
read
I had
50
to
Shades.
mention it.
I
have
read
not.
50 Shades. It's I don't.
Is it better than this?
I would say, well, I've read it, but I didn't watch the movie. In terms of
Okay.
plot, no. I kind of see where the relationship, like where the connection points are. It's mostly just desire, because it's kind of the same thing. I cannot remember the characters' names for the life of me in 50 Shades, but basically the guy.
Mr. Grey.
That's it, Mr. Robert.
We'll see
Gray?
you now.
What's his
I
name?
don't
Whatever.
know.
Gray
And
is
the other
like
one is
obsessed
played by
with
the
this
Nepo
girl.
baby?
Yes, who's of course the character's name I can't remember, but Christian Grey. Thank you. Christian Grey is obsessed with this
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
and she's like, I don't know about that, and he is very like, want what I can't have with her, and
Yeah,
kind
that
of thing.
checks out.
But otherwise, I don't really see much
whole
of a
yearning
connection.
thing.
But I don't know how tight fan fiction has to get to the actual base material. So
Mhm.
whatever. Trump was. Is that a real fact, Wouter? Don't Don't lie in my
Wait,
chat.
really? Ooh.
Don't lie in
Oh
my
no.
chat. It hurts too much. I thought this was interesting. The Nikki Reed who played Rosalie, she had to learn how to bat lefty because of the way they were supposed to like shoot the shot. Like they were like, oh, we need you on the other side of the plate, like for the actual shot, which is wild to me that they couldn't just adjust that. But they
Huh.
made her learn how to bat the other like lefty, so like opposite of her her natural
Mm-hmm.
batting. And then they ended up not shooting that at all. So she learned it
Wait,
for
but
like no reason.
oh that. So did they all have to do that then, or
I don't know. It was, I
makes
need to
no
like,
sense to
after
me?
seeing that, I was, part of me was like, do I have to rewatch this? Because it's like, unless everyone else was a lefty and she wasn't, like, that's the only thing that makes no sense to me. But I don't know
Hmm.
why they couldn't have just flipped the scene. Like, it just doesn't seem, it seems very weird to me. But it was an interesting fact.
I had no idea. That's also seems like such an unnecessary thing.
Yeah, it felt a little, I felt bad that they didn't end up shooting that anyway. Like, shooting that, the angle or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
that. Damn.
oh no. Louder dropped a link. Oh no.
Oh God. We'll save that for later.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So this one goes out to all the Lego people in chat, like Roger.
What?
Because earlier this year, actually in
I bet you.
January, a Lego set of the Cullen House released. You have, and it has lots of references to the movies. A lot of to the first one specifically.
I'm
You
looking
have
it up.
Bella's car. The truck is there, and she has a cactus from Arizona. The minifig
That
for
was
Edward,
funny.
like the little Lego figure, is
Hmm.
reversible, and the reverse side sparkles.
Amazing.
Then there's also at some point in like the shower or whatever in the bathroom, there's a blue transparent glass piece, and if you look through that at the house, it looks like it does in the movie because the movie is notorious for having this like weird blue filter all over it.
Oh yes, that's something we
Um,
didn't talk about, but yes,
yeah,
I'm
that's
looking at
something
the
we
Lego
didn't
set.
talk about, but that's also a thing. Uh, there's also a way
Wow.
to attach Bella to the back of Edward and then have him go through. And there's a tree next to the house, so you can do the hold on tight spider monkey scene.
Vent, your prayers have been answered.
There you go, Ven.
Your prayers have been
You
answered.
you can have her attached to Edward's minifig. There's like a transparent back piece that you can put on him and attach her.
That's
And there's a
hilarious.
lot more. There's like lots of artwork. There's the graduation cap thing is in there as like a Lego painting and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of crazy.
I am looking at the
There's a
minifigs.
huge amount of references in the set. There's only a few of them as minifigs, not all of them.
The minifigs, it looks like there's
Only the most
Charlie
popular
and
ones.
then there's Jacob, but it's Jacob with the long hair, which is so funny to me.
Oh
Bella,
yeah,
Edward, and then I think I
Alice I think
can't
was in there.
I can't tell if this is supposed to be Alice or not. Rosalie is
I think it
definitely
was
in there,
Alice.
and uh, Dr. Cullen is in there. But yeah, I think it's Alice because she has like a little bob haircut, but her outfit doesn't really feel
Hmm.
very Alice-y. But um,
Oh,
yeah,
could
those
be
are the
from a
people.
later movie.
Maybe, maybe. Ben's like, I'm out. Um,
No need to riot, Then.
what was my last? I think I have one more. Oh no, I have two more facts. Um,
Me too.
Nikki, they made Nikki Reed bleach her hair so blonde and so much that it started to fall out. So she had to
Oh
wear
no,
wigs for the rest of the series. This girl
that's
went
so
through it.
sad.
This girl went through
Yeah.
it. I feel really bad because her
Damn.
hair was
No
very
wonder she
blonde.
acted so mean during the movie. She was
I
just
get
actually
it.
upset.
Like I know that they
Damn.
want you to have blonde and like light blonde hair because they're all like vampires, but also Alice had dark brown hair. Like we don't all need, and the mom had
Yeah.
dark brown hair too. So it was
I
like
was
we
gonna
didn't
say that,
need
Walter.
that, but I don't know what that.
Will you wear wings?
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that. But yeah. Oh,
Oh,
did
but
it?
then it
I
couldn't
think
have
it's like
happened to
that.
a nastier person, so that's fine.
Well, I mean, it's like this very clearly bleach blonde. So she went through it.
Yeah.
She really did.
Yeah, that's poor. What was her name? Nikki? Poor Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki.
Damn.
Nikki. Um,
Um, if you like this one and you want to know more about why Edward is so fucking weird, there is a book that came out after the series was completed that is the first book written entirely from his perspective.
Oh, I
So you
kind
can
of know
read
this.
all of Edward's weird ass thoughts
I
about
don't
a
want to.
17-year-old.
I don't want to read his
Because
thoughts.
keep in mind also, we didn't really touch on this. He's a
Mhm.
17-year-old, but he's also 200 years old, and she is actually 17. A
Does
little
he
weird.
have the mind of
Just
a
a little
200
creepy.
year old, or more like the
Well,
mind of
he's
a
been alive
17
for
year old?
217 years or something. So yeah,
Yeah, that's gross. I don't like that. I don't want to. I don't want to know
yeah.
his inner thoughts.
We ignore that a lot, but
No.
well, the inner thoughts things explains a lot of the yearning, but also having to stay away and not understanding her, etc., etc.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. Did you read it?
Hmm?
Did you read that book?
No, I haven't read that. No, I only read the main series. Actually, that's not true. There's another prequel that I read, but that's about a
Mm.
whole different person being turned into a vampire or something.
Oh, we don't care about them. Yeah, I don't need to know a
I don't even
17 year
remember if
old
they show up in the
slash 200
series.
year boy, 200-year-old boy's thoughts about a girl that he finds
No.
irresistible. I don't need that in my life. Thank you.
Oh, don't worry. It's only because she smells so good for eating.
Ew. No, thank
I don't know
you.
if that makes it better.
Hate that. My last fact is that Stephanie Meyer makes a cameo in the movie. I don't know if you knew this. I'm sure you did.
I did not.
Maybe. She is right at the bar. They like when they pan. It's when they first get to the diner when Charlie and Bella are eating.
Oh, and she
at the
gets her
diner the first
favorite
time.
dessert from
Yes.
13 years ago.
So as the camera kind of when they go into that scene, they pan across people sitting at the bar, and they go to her, and Stephanie Meyer is like right in the center of that scene.
I
Fun
guess it
fact.
does help that I have no idea what she looks like.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. Like, it's not like she's wearing a name tag. Like,
I
I'm
don't
the
think I've ever
author.
seen her before. So
She's just a white lady with brown hair. So
yeah,
pretty standard.
I appreciate an author cameo.
Pretty standard. But yeah, it was kind of cool. I think that's cool that you would have the author show up. I'm sure that's common. But
Yeah, that is.
so
It does happen.
I
Or
don't know
like
if
a
J.K.
director
Rowling
cameo
made
or
it to
something. I
Harry
like
Potter.
this. I don't think so.
Probably not. She also
Wouldn't surprise me if she forces her way into the next one.
Yeah.
They're doing
What's worth 100 your mind and 70 body?
because all she cares about is herself.
Oh God.
What's worse, 100-year mind and its 17-year-old body who goes into Bella, or a 100-year-old with Arrested Development that never aged mentally past 7? I mean, the second one you can at least say, well, if we're both going to be stuck at 17 forever,
Yeah.
actually 17 forever.
Yeah.
The first one is just like, oh
Yeah.
no.
That feels bad. It feels bad.
Yeah.
Goodness. Did you have any other fun facts before we
I
wrap
have
up
one
this
more thing
live
I want to
episode?
say,
Sure.
which I want to present here because it is a fact, and that is that Charlie is the most reasonable, relatable, realistic, and best character in all of the movies and books. Yep. And he deserves much, much better than being pulled into all this drama.
Yep.
That was the final fact
Yep.
that I will not tolerate any disagreement on.
I do want a Charlie POV book. I think that would be very fun. So we're not doing that.
It would just be real confused all the time. Like, what is happening around me?
Truly.
He does at some point learn that they're vampires and that she turns into a vampire in like book 4 or something.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
Takes it surprisingly well, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, justice for Charlie. He
didn't deserve. For Charlie. That's
he did not deserve getting totally shit on by.
No, like he tried. He tried so hard to. Like, I understand it's not the place she really wants to be, but oh my God, did he try?
Mm-hmm.
And she shoved it right in his face.
Yep. That was very mean. Well, I appreciate you being here for my first in a long time live ep of Jackie Watches Stuff. We do have to end stream because I have to go to work, but appreciate everyone for being here. It's always fun having our friends around. I have to find someone to raid. Someone.
Oh no!
I forgot to do that. Because we're gonna go find somebody. Oh, lots of people are streaming.
How many people?
Do we go bother Kat's 1 minute into her stream?
Your stream, you get to decide. I'm just a guest.
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna go get over into Kat's stream. I don't know what she's doing, but she's chatting. Oh, no, she's playing Night Rain today. This is fun. Yeah, I'm so glad that y'all could come. I need movie suggestions for the next one. If you want to listen to a new podcast or need a new podcast in your feed, there is Jackie Watches Stuff on all podcast players. I don't put out stuff anymore, but it's still there for you. If you're looking for a guest, send me DMs or whatever. I need some suggestions. But it was great to see everybody. Thanks for being here, Rewards. I appreciate you. Definitely go follow
Thank you for the
Rewards.
Yeah, I might stream again at some point. But
I know we miss you on the internet.
I'm still
There we
around on the
go.
internet.
Go follow Rewards. Go follow Rewards. All right, we're gonna go bother cats. Let's bring the raid messages over. Yes, I'm playing from the soundtrack playlist, so we're listening to 1,000 Years.
Oh, I don't hear the music.
Rewards can't hear it, yeah. So
I was like, oh,
well, thank you
wait,
all.
what? Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, it was great to see everybody. Have a good weekend. Let me start the raid. Cats lock. Cats and boots and cats and boots. All right, we're waving. All right, let's roll out. All right, bye.
Keep waving until we're gone.